Good
evening, guys. Welcome to tonight's game, 12 Panzer versus DP, featuring the Global Tank League. And tonight on communications will be myself, GTL Warrior, and Mr. Tank Killer, both from NL.
Hey, how you guys doing? Should be a good match tonight, honestly. These two teams.
So I believe these teams are both in the NA Pro League, so I'm just going to have a look at the results to see where they're standing right now. I believe DP is ahead, aren't they? If I'm not mistaken.
They could be, but 12 Panzer, all the games I've seen, they have won. I believe I've watched them on 2 matches. They haven't been blowout victories, but they have won. Yeah, then I saw them again on versus a different team. I cannot remember their name, though, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find where the results are. There's so many sections. So it should be towards the top, surely. Match reports. Nah, can't find it anywhere. By the way, it should be a good game, so I'll try and find out as the games go on what the current standings are and how that reflects the teams playing today. Some weird picks I've noticed here. Look, you've got both teams running a 430U and 12 Panzer running a SDRV. So you know the SDRV.
Well, the thing with the SDRV,
A5
in a climb.
Yeah.
Or actually, I was thinking more probably the one line. You can set it up. There's a climb at B and A1 that can counter every. Yeah, okay. So you'll see the top, a lot of the top teams talking about this. NS and teams like that, they find it necessary, essentially crucial, to run a strit spawn for both spawns, because there's 2 different spots to run that strit spawn up. You have DP spawn. There's a spot right off the spawn. You can see it. It is kind of the J1 spawn.
Yeah.
You put an SDRV up there, and then you can also put one over on B1, kind of doing the same exact thing, and they're both super powerful spots for the vehicle. So we're going to see, if 12 Panzer takes advantage of that, or if they just put it in a sniping position.
Well, right now,
depending on where he's going right now.
That's the Sidos team for the Spectator, so...
I do believe they are setting that SDR in there. If DP is going to take the middle right off the bat, it's going to be rough for 12 Panzer to retake. This map is so...
He's going to sit in the bush in the back, aren't they? Maybe he's going up. Yeah, there you go.
He's probably doing a bit. He has to do a little bit of a run up to do the climb.
Yeah,
hopefully he gets it on his first try. He can reset Chicken Hunter from that location. There's some easy resets, so...
Yeah, he's up there now. Yeah. So the teams will know that
he'll start farming.
Sure, you have to fight him all the time when he's up there. Just fire out and sure. Even if he's not spotted, they're still damaging quite.
He won't be spotted though. Well, let's see the caliber of the guns. 705A is the only thing that can pound.
So
and he should start ripping these guys apart.
Is it 105 they get?
The 105 is what he gets. He can farm them though. Like, none of those guys are safe. Especially Vader. Vader's gonna start taking so many shots on the side. The only thing that 12 Panzer needs to do is get shots onto... Yeah, see, that SCRV is already having a huge impact, getting all those things out of the cap. As soon as Chicken Hunter gets spotted, it's going to be game over. DP's in such a... they're cornered right now. 12 Panzer needs to take advantage of that. Mainly against that 705A on the bottom. The super conks and that 705A for 12 Panzer needs to be applying some pressure here.
That's trying to hold off for 30 takes right now once they're pushing.
Segmented Dick moving up. There we go. Dig and his guys are going to move up and proxy spot Chicken Hunter. As soon as Chicken Hunter gets spotted, that SCRV is going to farm. I would imagine that SCRV should have a 3K damage game. He's careful.
You got Dig and Sage is in the mediums right now. Keeping the 430, making the smart play, putting the heavy mediums up front. Wagerer, and you have to go back off flanking around the sides as well. He's right now DP online in a good situation. They've got a 4-way flank.
No, they're getting farmed.
Two-way at the island underneath them and the SDRV as well. This is not a good situation to be in. If I was there, I'd literally
Chicken Hunter just lost all the influence.
If I was there, I'd push straight into the batch at the 277, and then that way you can cover yourself.
Yeah, they needed to.
SDRV in the low ground, but unfortunately they're not reacting in time.
DP just getting ripped apart soon. They got themselves stuck in 3 different crosses, you know. With the SCRV, the 140 and the 430U, and then with the 2 tanks stuck behind, they just weren't able to protect their sides enough. DP was clustered there. What DP needed to do there was just push the 2 supercons and the SCRV, and they would have gotten easy kills off that. And they might not have been able to kill the SCRV, but they could have gotten them out of that position.
Right now, 4 is just a sitting duck. It takes a hit in the back to the 277. That just a bit of a no.
It's a shame that we don't know what spawns or what the map pick was for. Or do we know what the map pick was for 82? Because I know that 12 Panzer is like running the.
I believe this was DP. Yeah, there was DP's pick.
DP's pick, yep. It would not surprise me at all if 12 Panzer runs the SRV again from the other spawn, and DP picks that same tank to go in the same exact spot. But let's take a look at how it did. Yeah, 3,600 damage. That's an impact right there. He really put some hurt on those guys.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this one is 12 Panzer's map pick of Cliff, I believe.
Yep. Oh no, that's the last map. I watched them 12 Panzer on. I think they're trying to get good at that map pick.
I mean, if I was DP, I would have literally seen the split, because you know there's a tank sitting in the back, you know there's a bunch of tanks on the ground, so all that's left is what's on the island, and as we stated, they should have pushed around the outside, because that would have got them off the flank, off the guys in the low ground and the SDLV, and then forced 12 Panzer to make a move while knocking out 2 tanks. I mean, yeah, you lose advantage.
What they needed to do, yeah, you're 100% right. The only tank that should have stayed up on the cap should have been the 705A, because 705A could have penned the SCRV reliably from the front.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if DP picks an SCRV here, especially if they know about that climb. Cap circle takes in this map especially are the most important.
I'm expecting more mobile tanks. I'm expecting a 50p this game from DP. I'm expecting some payback, because they do like the raw loaders DP.
Yeah, I think DP's gonna go for the ball push again, and I think 12 Panzer is gonna go for the ball push this time too. Even though 12 Panzer has an easier spawn to get into it, but we will see which team does it more successfully here in a bit. But 12 Panzer definitely bringing the heat that first round, and
yeah, they made a smart play. I mean, they caught DP off guard, and DP didn't know what to do, unfortunately.
They weren't expecting that SRV up in that climb. You can tell, you can see all the tanks reacting to when they were getting shot, especially that I saw him shoot a 5A, and the 5A was like, what? How's he shooting me? And Fusion actually, or Sample, one of the two, I can't remember which one it was shooting blind firing at him with a Batchat, and he was just shooting too far behind.
Yeah, I'd never shoot the Batchat. A, it's inaccurate. B, it's never going to pen. You know, with APCR, it's not that great on it, and the heat will just bounce off the guard on it, the shield on the SDRV. I mean, personally, I would have put the 430U or the the 705A at the front just to absorb the damage, because it's never going to really get penned easily, as long as the underplay is hidden. Just use that to take the brunt of it.
Pretty much.
This is how you improve, is you face these challenges, you analyse them, you look at them, and you come back fighting. So hopefully 12 Panzer,
I think
has taught them something.
I think the best counter strat here is doing the same exact thing 12 Panzer just did. You put that SCRV up in that climb, except you push cap circle at the same time. So you have cap circle hold, and you have an SCRV up in the climb to shoot tanks that would try to advance at you. And then you would put a Batchat back at B5 or A5. You could just not have the Batchat shoot and just have them spot out.
Wouldn't the best counter to the SDRV be have a Batchat scout him from the east, because that way it lights him up? So
he wouldn't get spotted though unless he fired. And the SCRV would spot the Batchat before the Batchat spots it, if the SCRV is just sitting up there with the cam on that binos just chilling.
But it would force
so it's kind of a risky play.
It would force the STRV to either turn his head one way or the other or get clipped out, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
That's probably the only way to counter
the
it.
positions that 12 Panzer took though on that last game made that impossible because they sent the 430s and the 140s to that D5 location, so you couldn't YOLO a batchet to get close enough. Like the closest batchet was at E3, and he still couldn't spot a firing SCRV.
Another
So, and
counter
there
could
goes the
possibly be
SCRV
artillery
pick
as well.
again.
Artillery could have possibly been.
It would, but you'd have to spot him, and I didn't even think Roasted Banana was spotted
No, you
once.
don't. You
That
don't need
I
to
believe
spot him.
Roasted played.
You don't need these spot. You know exactly where
Well,
he's going to be. All you got to do is wait for the tracers and then just drop one on him. You can't move anywhere because it's a very thin slope to be on.
but that's still, you know, you're playing on RNG, you're playing on an artillery, you're playing, you know, hit points down, you're playing not having a gun in the game, and especially on this map where all the engagement happens in the middle, right?
Oh no, I understand
Having a
that.
gun there or a gun that can support
But at
is
the same
almost more
time,
important.
but at the same time, the SDRV's entire use is to get cap resets and apply pressure, correct? So what you want to do is you want to use artillery, because not only can you counter the SDRV and create deterrence, but you can also get the reset on the cap as well. So surely if you can't
The
counter the
SDRV,
SDRV by spotting it, it would be
yeah.
to splash it. So that'd be my best bet. Because if they're going to use something,
I think
to
they were
sit
doing the
back,
correct thing blind firing it. They just weren't blind firing in the correct location. You can see if you go back and look. If you were to go back and look, you know, this log game, you can see some of the guys on DP side trying to blind fire, and they just weren't. DP was just all stuck in that little section in the cap circle, and they were relying on essentially capping 12 Panzer out
probably should have
for
used
12 Panzer to rush.
Probably should have flung a few high explosive each as well, because as far as I know, the Swedish GDs have the least amount of health points amongst most tank destroyers, and not only that, but then
They do. No, you're right.
It's quite low as well. So
Except for I believe the Grill 15 has
Yeah.
the same.
yeah,
Obviously, the Grill 15 is a
1800?
glass cannon also. Yeah, 1800, same as the. Actually, what, 50 less than the Batchet? Because I believe the Batchet is 1850.
something around that. I thought the
Yeah,
Batchet
those
was
are really-
1900.
The
I can't
Batchet's not
remember.
19, no.
I never really.
No, the Batchet
focused
is
on it, to be
18, my
honest.
bad. I was off. Something's 1850. Maybe it's the TVP that's 1850.
Sounds about right.
I can't remember. But I believe that the SRV is going to go to J1. It's a fairly simple climb to get in here. Do it correctly, but it is. Just does require him going on the side of the field. You know, 12 Pans are doing the same thing, not pushing into the ball early against the DP team. I don't think they want to engage DP in a full frontal engagement when it comes down to just focus fire.
So DP.
Ooh, Sample getting spotted there. Sample might get shot once or twice. Sample gets away with it.
Bruce, to be honest, struggling to club ahead at the moment. He's sliding off the side of it. I don't know if he'll be able to do it in time.
Yeah, DP is not
Shots
going
these
to.
guys. Spotted.
DP is not going to fluff about here.
Yeah, rest is spotted.
Yeah, if DP knew how far out of the game 12 Panthers medium tanks were, they could capitalize on it. And Roasted Banana could not get in position, and it was spotted there, so they. Yeah. And that E4 gets one shot of that SCRV, it's going to be over. Ooh, Hyodra and I Sample a little bit of a
I think way too much there. You want to show the side for free to the Conqueror and the 75A, but they're applying pressure. Big apply pressure onto manage JB and
DP's
Super
pushing
Conqueror
here.
right now.
David
Three
over
tanks.
there. They need the 12
Getting
Panther needs the
forward.
fault.
Bandito comes in. 12 Pan's about to lose 3 tanks right here to the force of, what's that, 3, 4, 5, 6. So smart move there by DP.
That was the correct play. That was the play that they
It was.
needed to make last game. They didn't see it, but they recognized it this game.
Should be on his guard off.
SCRV.
Oh,
All chickens got
bounce
to
off
do. Ooh,
his
what a
hull.
bounce. Wow, I'm upset. I'm Roasted Banana right now. Checking out our hazard. This is very hard for the SCRV to come out of this position. Lights on fire.
DP made the correct move. They knew they were split up. They knew what they were going to do, so just rush straight in. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Separate the line of Conqueror. This is definitely going to be a good fight zone, man.
This is going to be one side, 12 hits with the other. So depending on what the next map pick is,
High Sample versus Hydra.
Or Van Larder.
Hydra chase down Sample.
Say Hydra should be able to get the kill, but I believe Hydra was just going to go after it.
Where they go to get kills, I think that's the point of himself. That's not a small shot.
That's how you do it.
It's not, but I still think that DP gets full points, I was about to say.
All tanks are destroyed, it doesn't matter who destroys them, it doesn't matter if they kill themselves or falling damage or whatever. It still counts as all tanks destroyed, so.
12 Panzer has to have at least one death from falling on mines. I think it's actually a requirement written in their clan statement. Every match they play. Someone needs it done. It was Hydra's turn. Dig made the call right off the side.
Oh no, that was 12 Panzer, correct, yeah.
That was 12 Panzer, yeah.
Yeah, because last time this certain Dig decided to try and retreat from the hill and kind of lost his tank doing it.
Drive a little flamboyantly off the hill. That's
which was unfortunate from a competitive standpoint, but hilarious for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's map 2 of 2, so it's now I can't even speak now. That is game 2 of map 1, so now we're just waiting on the next map. So not bad so far, it's still 1-1. We go on to steps, so this is going to be DP's pick, isn't it?
I have watched
E50M last time, the 12 Panzer run, if you remember. I think that's going to
I wonder if they're going to pick that out for a 430U.
No, I think the E50M was only because they didn't have. I think they had certain guys who have certain tanks, so I could see them running a 430U. I mean, it's definitely a competitive. I don't know, actually, I wouldn't say it's a competitive tank, but it has its uses, strangely, because we've been using it, haven't we, in our games? Like, it does come out quite handy.
Yeah, well, if you use the 5 degrees of gun depression, it's much more mobile than other tanks. It can catch things off guard, and the 440 Alpha is very good.
It's kind of funny because it's not necessarily fast for medium. It hasn't got the greatest gun for medium. Yeah, it's got the Alpha, but the handling is not the best. Shell velocity is mediocre. Penetration is pretty bad. It's just one of those tanks that it has. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like playing a 113 but more compact. I sort of think it's
just a smaller, more camouflaged 113.
Exactly. I think
and you trade obviously your gun handling for the better armor. You know, it has better armor than the 113, hands down.
Wouldn't you say
There's no comparison.
Would you say it's better gun handling? Yeah, better gun handling than 113.
I think so. It does. It has better gun handling. Just doesn't have better like rate of fire.
Yeah.
And accuracy, but you know, like I think they're gonna run it because you know, talking to Dig in that after that pregame show, you know, a week ago they were just saying how you know the tanks are new and none of the guys have them, and all of a sudden they dropped 2 430Us.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those tanks that has its uses. Oh, DP bringing out a pattern right there. It's not a bad shout, to be honest. It's basically a compact T5 with a great rate of fire, great snapshot capability, and pretty good heat penetration.
It's way better than an E5.
Oh, its current state, yeah. I'm just saying, like, for a sort of heavy support role. I mean, it can't push, but certainly pick
I'm gonna go grab a glass of water real quick, so commentate's all yours.
2 patterns, another batch out. Sorry guys, it's late for me over here.
Just got back, Salt.
Yeah, no problem. I was just checking some random stuff in the background.
What I did just see though is DP picked, or not DP, 12 Panzer picked the SCRV again on steps.
So what we got so far? Let's have a look. That's a good man. Is the chieftains SDLV, firstly. C5A, gotcha. So pretty DPN orientated.
I wonder if they're going to try to push the SRP into the climb, or if they're just going to set them back there to shoot at tanks and they'll obviously be spotted. DP on the other hand, DP is pushing aggressive. You know, Bohemian Fawn did not get the spots that DP wanted. There you go. Now he got lit in return.
Hydra's going to be in a lot of pain in a minute.
Hydra's going to die.
Yeah, he's definitely got 3 heavies chasing him. Right down the middle.
You know, 2 111 5As and an IS-7 are going to be hard to run away from. Although they might not chase him up onto that ridge.
I mean, I'll probably put one up to see the shot off. But the IS-7 hopefully can hit him. Unfortunately, I'm missing.
Oh yeah, the chieftain is getting farmed here on the way.
There he goes, IS-7. Ironically, the IS-7's the one to take down the company. The 12 has down 2 tanks already.
Yeah, 12 fans are really, when you spawn on this side, your first objective is to get on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the first and only thing you can do, just in case the team does do this, because if you're on the other side of the railroad tracks, they have to push up and over and haul down the vehicles.
5 A's and fire, there we go. Yeah, because that way if they push straight for the middle, you can react at least by using the bridge to get the pressure on.
I mean, you know, 12 Panzers still in strong positions right now, though. Like this, they could still win this game. I mean, they're down 3 tanks, but
the HP,
DP has to push into them.
HP is quite close.
And HP is only 10% different. Yeah.
12 Panzers got 2 super conquerors right at the front. The problem is, once they don't come, they're getting pushed right now by a 5A and I7.
Yeah, this SGRV needs to get into the game.
See up to your right.
They need to start calling some Funkus fire here too. The players for 12 fans need to and Dig just needs to get out of that. Dig just needs to get some place.
He needs to get rid of the big tanks. He needs to get rid of Ice Sample somewhere. He's just putting 3 sergeants into the site loads and getting spotted. Otherwise the Conqueror doesn't progress.
Yeah, he is.
Another one. There he goes on that. He's getting shot as well. He's getting shot by 81 at the same time. So both ran both teams ran a weird tank. Got 12 Panzer with the SDLV, and you've also got DP with the L1 LT, so
yeah, the 200 LT on this map is a unique pick. I've seen it ran before, but you gotta think that anything that tank can do, a 140 can do too.
Yeah, except for the speed, that's about it. Speed and camo. I mean, yeah, it's got other stuff, but essentially the speed and the camo is looking at 5 LT. The gun is pretty controlly though. On it or anything. When it'll hit, 9 times out of 10 she got sights and back.
Yeah, especially with the penetration on the 300 at LT, I'd just much rather have the consistency of the 140.
UP's just flooding through at low pressure to this DLV.
Yeah, this is a classic
big take
high aggressive push by a team. You know?
Bohemian Fawn can actually use his ability against it and snapshot it because the L1 LT, even though it looks like the gun beam had instant back chat, snapshot the heck out of it.
Well, Stages unfortunately was not over the ridge for that one. Takes 2 shots of DP on the move because of their 5As.
He's going to reload and he's going to fall back to his pack. Oh no.
His pack's about to die. Well, Dig should go and just kill Bohemian Fawn and Chicken Hunter. Yeah, I mean, wow. Chicken Hunter's reloaded, isn't he? Dig's gonna run that way. They thought he ran back.
Dig's back.
There you Dig's gonna be about reloadable. Dig might be able to pick up 2 kills.
Has he started to reload yet?
Dig's almost reloaded. So
He's
he's reloaded versus 2 one-shot vehicles, and these are 2 kills Dig's gonna get right here.
Needs to go.
I mean, he probably won't win the game.
Didn't get a shot.
Everyone else shoots that clip.
A little creative.
You know, just that classic aggressive push by a team, catching another team off guard, you know, the element of surprise.
That's good.
Can work strong in a lot of games, and this is what it is. That the only mistake I think that 12 Panzer made there, I think their tank selection was good, and I think where they was going was good. The only mistake is they did not get on the other side of that train tracks, and they did not keep a tank back to spot for that cross. Because if they kept the batch back, they saw that coming, they would have been on the other side of the train tracks. They could have organized and retaliated.
I think it's
Simple mistakes. I don't think they'll make it again.
It's quite impressive by DP though. They lost to 12 Panzer in a pretty crazy way, and then they just brought it hard. Like, you know, they tried to play passive, and they decided, right, passive isn't working. Let's just go straight at them with mobility and firepower. And that's 2 games in a row we've seen them do that. So I'm impressed. But you're ready to see if 12 Panzer can bring it back, because if 12 Panzer win this round, we go on to Ghost Town, I believe, which is always a good fight to watch. Being forward in the 200 LT. I've spoken to representatives of both teams, and it appears they're both going to send a individual to chat with us after for a post-game interview.
All right, sounds good. I know I've been thinking of some questions just for the past 2 teams.
I believe Fusion HQ has mentioned it'll be Bohemian Fawn for his end. And I'm speaking to Hydra. It's either going to be himself or it's going to be some segmented dick, who's their caller.
We're going to see if the teams decide to pick or not to pick those unique tanks again. I mean, obviously we already have the T100 LT thrown up, so we know what that's going to be. We're going to see if 12 Panzer opts to use that SCRV again. I don't know how good it was last round. I didn't check the damage on it, but maybe it was able to get some shots on. Both teams are going to pair up that chance. DP sticking with those patents. I would believe they were able to do work last time.
Sorry, I was looking at the admin section trying to sort some stuff out. Ooh, 12 Panzer with the double Conqueror, double Bat, E4, Chieftain, 5A, and an I7. DP,
yeah, they're opting out of
LT
that.
again. 2 Patents, 2 Bats, 2 5As, and a Super Conqueror. So Super Conqueror has pretty much negated the Chieftain now, hasn't it? Purely because the Chieftain isn't as quick, I don't think, and the hatch, isn't it? The hatch is just so easy to pen on it.
This is interesting. I think both teams, I mean, have picked the same kind of setup that each team can do the same thing. In terms of the pushes and the holds they can make, it's just gonna see if they can really capitalize on it.
I'm interested to see if DP cross, or if they try to make the same move again and if 12 pounds react. But at the same time, I'm interested to see if DP refuse to make the same mistake 12 pounds do and go over the train track. So this should be a good one to watch.
Cold fans are again making their way to the other side. Usually you want to get over the train track. It's an aggressive spotting by all of these tanks. This flaming bomb is easily countered though. Easily countered by different bush locations, but the 12 fans are just not using them. But the LT not getting many spots, so this is going to be, I think, a normal game on the steps. The LT only spotted the Chieftain and Rising Devil on his back shot.
It's quite close to the back shot as well.
Well, I don't think the Batchats have the spot. The Batchats are too far away. The spot the Chieftain. The LT is the only thing that's close enough to be able to spot him. The LT is playing rather aggressively. He's got to be careful, making sure that he does not get hit. Yeah. He's about to get spotted out by the Batchats, though.
Now he's
coming to a massive cross. Oh, there we go. We're just spotting him. Shot in, nice shot.
So the Batchats don't know if he's got support or not, so they should be doing. He was taking him on. We don't know if the two Batchats have support.
And even then, it's hard to get close to that Batchat because the 200 LT can run away. I think Devil might be. No, Devil just gotta get into a hold position.
I'm gonna go to the other side right now. It's the end of the race. So we go. Good line up by 12 pounder at the moment. You're holding the ridge, I7 on the low ground. They should be doing this firing high explosive at each other. There you go. Vader takes a good hit to the upper rank. Unfortunately, Luke's lead is really at it. Find out next time he fires.
Yeah, those 5A probably don't realize it, or if they do, they're not taking advantage of it. But HE out of a 5A to the turret of a Super Conqueror, to the side of a Super Conqueror, hits anywhere from about 250 to 300. It's about the same as shooting a 90 mil at those tanks, and it does a lot after a while.
It's like caliber, isn't it? It's under 30 meters. That's a very nice HE for it. Sure, carries.
It's pretty beefy. What Panzer? DP oddly said like no one low. You know? Those patents are kind of just getting held.
They've got big roll there in the Super Conqueror to spot for the IS-7, so if he does push from low pressure, Fusion Edge Chaos on the board as well. So even though they can't shoot back, they have got the deterrence there. It's the medium.
Rising Devil getting spotted here.
And I'm going to go back to the side.
Rotating back around
It appears we have a medium champion inside of the map right now. That's sort of kind of caught in a stale. I think this game is going to be one depending on how this rank is taken. Whoever wins the rank wins the game.
Voidra keeps peeking, just keeping these guys lit. He's not able to get any shots off because it's allowed dig. It's allowed dig enough time to rotate over and Rising Devil to rotate out. Or hold with dig.
What they should be doing, what should be doing, realising the DP have fewer tanks over it, realising they have maximum flying pressure. Even if that's to send the heavies low and high, let's do something. Because right now,
yeah, they should really,
out the fight.
I don't know, make a push, but they should get more aggressive, especially in this middle area. They would need to send up
They could send
some
their batch out
vehicles.
straight through the middle and then shoot in the back, because it's very open where HK and Atheist to sit and get shot in the back face. They need to do something. They can't sit here all game doing some trades. It's DP, whatever.
I mean, they are. Well, 12 Panzer has been. They were down in the trades early, and they have been slowly catching back up.
Banana takes a big
The trade game. But...
Where's Banana right now? Am I just looking at him, or? Right, that's Devil.
I believe he's in the silver and the heavies.
Oh no, I see him. Yeah,
He's in the E4. He's in the E4.
That's it.
Now they have to protect Banana. Banana can't be peeking. You know, these games where the one tank, you know, dies, that's your victory. Those are rough. So Banana is no longer able to peek against the 5A. Any of their 5As, because he has one shots or both of them. And if I believe, is he a high roll for a 105? Yeah, he's a high roll for a 105 too. So he's got to be really careful.
Dick's coming back to
It's a high roll for Super Conqueror also. DP's getting ready for a push here.
Yeah, they are. DP's setting up. You've got beaming falling in the bushes here, and you've got both back shots. Well, they're doing exactly what I said they should do. Fusion HK is looking for shots. The patterns aren't necessarily too useful here right now, are they? I mean,
no, you would imagine that in those same positions, 2 Super Conks would have been better.
yeah.
Way back there, just because of the gun handle, they could have sat there. But I think they just kept the patents back there as a backdoor safeguard. But
the gun
there's really no
handling
point in the patents being back there. Yeah, but there's no point for them to be back there with the fact that their quote-unquote backdoor safeguard would have been the 3 Batchats and the T-100 LT. Voyager's gonna die here. Voyager's been sacrificed. I don't know, maybe bait DP into a push, but no one's shooting Chicken Hunter at all, unfortunately. Now, close enough to segment to dig the push back. Oh, they kill DP into Chicken Hunter.
Both tanks use a Batchat.
Okay. Yep.
Both tanks use a Batchat.
It's still even, 100% even hit points.
But, that said, Roasted Banana is a one-shot, don't forget.
Yep.
DP's gonna fall back
Yep.
down to get that
Oh,
squad
Vader
range.
taking a shot.
If he ace it,
DP pushing up. I think DP's gonna go for a push here, attempt to. Onto the 12 Panzer needs to kill Vader.
Banana needs to go down.
That
Screw me again.
Scuba is holding a corner by himself, and he needs support from his team. There we go, the Super Conks coming up in the form of Dig. They get shot by the patent. They need to take care of these 2 5As that are close.
Fusion
Stages need to get up and get the fight.
Too far back.
Look at these 5As right here. These 5As need to die. If they both peek on these 5As, yeah, the E4 is gonna. Scuba Steve, the Super Conquerors need a flank. Yeah, the Batchats are gonna push the other Batchat out. They need to push these 2 5As out. They would have had, if they all would have came around the corner at once, they could have killed these guys. But they're gonna get sandwiched in between, you know, I-Sample and a T-100 LT. Granted, I don't think the T-100 LT can even upper plate the Super Conqueror, so the Super Conqueror might be very safe. Dig might be very safe making this play into Sample.
Dig and Devil.
Yeah, only the Batchat's able to pen Dig. There we go. Sample's dead. Devil's not gonna miss. Devil is a fairly competent player. I wouldn't imagine that he'd be able to. At least that Sample would be able to make it out of here alive.
Sample still has shells in the clip though. Devil is reloading.
He does, you're right, and Devil is reloading. Someone needs to turn around and take Sample out right now. Someone took Dig out too. Oh yeah. I don't know. This is Sample needs to die. Devil's still alive though. Dig Rod's gonna die. And then it's going to be, you know, 2 fairly full health tanks versus DP's 2 fairly full health patents, and this is a close game, to say the least. E4 needs to get at least one more shot in.
Left between the 2 teams. Both teams have 4 tanks in the world. Especially that DPS.
Devil got a kill.
Devil's a one-shot.
Devil needs to run.
Yeah, Devil's
Needs to run down. He needs to hurry up and get out of there. I don't know if he's gonna make it. These patents are gonna peek him. Oh, what a kill, dude.
Trade.
DP taking it again. DP just needs to chill. DP just needs to sit haul down. Their tanks, they have the hit point advantage. They win this game. It takes another ghost down. and that's exactly what they're doing. They're sending the IS-7 down, sending this Super Conqueror out up front. Dig has got to be thinking they have to be calling back there. There is literally, they have to legally stop peeking on these guys. The Bohemian Fawn's gonna have a cross on the Super Conqueror.
So not tanks alive that takes the damage.
It's tanks alive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so 12p.
Yeah, oh, this is gonna be close.
Oh,
Super Conqueror's dead.
I got into HP.
They're pushing legally. They're gonna push legally out of here.
They're making the right decision.
It's not an HP. It's not an HP thing. It's gonna be whoever gets this kill. And it appears that 12 Panzer's gonna get the kill. The Steve's one gets the kill. Does the light tank finish? Oh, this is gonna be close. Oh my gosh.
That goes to 12 Panzer. Surely more HP, doesn't it?
No, that's not in the rules. That's considered a draw, so no team gets a victory. So it's a move on to Ghost Town. The best both teams can do is finish 2-2.
So that was a draw.
So
at the moment it's 2 wins. Is it 2 wins to DP, 1 win to 12?
2 wins for DP, 1 win for 12 Panzer going on to the third round. So DP can still win this. At 12 Panzer cannot anymore.
Okay, just gonna check my phone.
Unfortunately, that fire right there is the. That fire was the deciding factor. If he wouldn't have got lit there, he would have had enough hit point.
That was so close.
To take shots. Carry down to the wire there. Wow, Bohemian Fawn farming in the team under LTE doing 4.4k damage, and then stages of 1, you know, the IS-7 also doing around 4k damage, and then Devil doing around 3.2k damage, you know. What a game. On to Ghost Town. This is what we like to see. Now, 12 Panzer could keep DP out of a win here. Make it 2-2. And that's what they're going for. They don't want DP to get this win. They both come out of this match with the same amount of points. This is going to be interesting. Part of the things I like what you posted inside of our meme chat that says
what's that?
Could be one reason why civilian needs access to win something like this.
If you look closely at it. Look closely at it.
The AR camera 15.
Yeah, it's a camera.
It's beautiful.
You'd be surprised when people lost their shit at that. Like, fucking, yeah, well, defend my rights. Fucking assault rifle. It's like, look closely. I am looking closely. It's an assault rifle, so no, look very closely. I can see what it is. It's a gun. It's like, okay. Whatever you say. You just go on and argue.
You say it's the Nikon Pro, like 35mm.
Exactly. Government issue. It's the one that I've just posted you want to have a laugh at. That's something I would totally do.
Yeah. Or you just throw a bolt from like high and so it lands, you know, right in front of the ride when the ride's getting ready to start.
It's something I would do though, like fucking as you go halfway around, just where the fuck did this come from? Oh shit.
I know that there's you know that ride that it's in between two poles, you sit in a ball and it springs you up and springs you down, or like bunges you up and bunges you down. Yeah, one of those. There was a ride operator that he threw the people. There was already a guy freaking out, you know, getting ready to ride, and the guy like threw a bolt down and goes and like picks it up, and the guy goes like, "What is that? What is that?" The guy picks up the bolt and he goes like, "Oh, nothing." He goes, "What is it? Let me at it!" And they like launch him. It was great.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. 12 Panzer coming out with the two T-57 heavies, which is definitely a good pick on this map. You know, those two tanks can kill something very fast. As long as they use something else for pushes, or even if they have the T-57 heavies to lead the pushes. The T-57 heavies are a guaranteed kill on something. And you know, Chicken Hunter in the E4 is another great pick for this map, you know.
T-57 heavies.
See if we're going to see generic.
Alright, so on the subject of roller coasters and stuff, have a look at this one. This one might make you laugh a little bit. So both teams are aware of the current standings. 257 heavy, 1 E4 from 12 Panzer so far. 1 E4 by DP. Mr. Rage Tanker just joined the party.
Both teams still picking, you know, very, I'd say, basic tanks for Ghost Town. Both those tanks do very good in this map. So I wonder if that's the King Dakar or if that's Top Thrill Dragster. That picture you just sent me, so because I have personally ridden Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know. I've never been to the States, to be fair. I do need to. Used to do a road trip from like West Coast to East Coast.
That'd take a long time.
I would, but
it's like a week.
Yeah, I would, but I want.
Yeah, it'd be fun though. I agree.
I don't take a week. That's the point. You stop them.
Then I was about to say, and we'll pick up and Rage on the way back for the honeymoon. We'll just ride along.
When am I coming to the wedding? I thought I was just going to the stag do. I'll come to the wedding.
I'm just showing up. I'm showing up to the reception. You know, I don't want to go through the whole. You say yes, and then I'll be like Dustin, and you'll be like, who are you?
We're currently commentating 12 Panzer versus DP, and as it stands, it's 2-1 to DP. The last game was a draw going into Ghost Town.
Yeah, the last game was a close draw with the DP getting the final shot off.
That was so
barely.
Lucky. That was
timer was 0 seconds, and DP was able to get the last shot off, bringing it into Ghost Town. And so DP can win, or 12 Panzer can 2-2 tie it. So this is a game here. And I'd say DP has everything to lose.
If it goes 2-2 tight,
if they screw this up
anyway.
Yeah, but DP having the
Oh, we started.
Why did we start?
It's timer, dude. The timer was started, and did the team not pick all their tanks? I wasn't looking at the screen at the time.
I mean, the timer. I'll be honest, I haven't. The timer hasn't been going off.
Oh, in the chat.
Yeah, in the chat for the.
Yeah. Start 3-minute timer, and then once it goes to 0, you start. That's the rules at the moment. Oh, DP
okay,
got
well,
5 tanks. This is unfortunate.
That was 3 minutes. Like you can go back on the stream and see that DP picked 5 tanks.
Yeah, DP's on 5 tanks right now. Versus 12 Panzer with, I believe, they're full 8.
We can go back and check the stream. Double check that that was a 3-minute timer. Like they were giving a lot of time, but if you have this, I don't know if this is happening on the I've been following behind them with That's how you get, I don't have access to the time on that, so if that's an official thing, wow, this is unfortunate for DP going in full turtle. No, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be very upset about this, personally. My tanks.
But didn't we see yesterday this Chief versus whether they played, didn't they start a man down on
I don't know, we got started a man down too. We had someone lag out.
Oh yeah, that's the story.
I mean, we still won, but playing a man down is not fun. I can't imagine like 3 men down is going to be fun.
Recently,
they picked a tank anyway.
Yeah, the person picked a tank and went down with the game story just before literally right start. That's unfortunate. Oh, sure, just going to take the fucking bit around.
12 Panzer has to be careful here. 12 Panzer can't do it. Same thing for the rest of their team to get here. Dig's going to get focused up. You know?
Oh, sure, I just take from social media. Said the best way you can be option is to get some They just need to overpower.
Oh, shit, bananas going to do it. Yeah, they just need to all group together to rush a 705A. They can't die fast enough.
They got
literally impossible.
Even if they lose 2 tanks, they've still got more HP just to run with it. So they should just over.
12 Panzer's pushing. Yep, they're pushing now. They waited for the mouse. They're signing in the 57 heavies. Dig should not be the lead tank. No, Dig should be the last tank in.
Yeah.
Dead to the E4.
Answer for
7 to 5 A's next dead here.
Oh, even before we set up there, I didn't realise it was up there. There's the
Yep,
box.
Batchat got into the climb. Darkside's gonna die here to everyone's ignoring him. Oh, never mind, Super Conqueror, they have to get the kill. Now they go kill the... They pick one tank and they go focus it, so probably the E4. E4's getting put down, E4's dead.
Even before we
Next Super Conqueror, and then into the Batchat.
They even get to even, they don't know who
No.
uniform is there, do they? Oh yeah, they must know he's there.
They don't know, they've seen him spawn, but like, they've seen him push tanks out. You get over here, able to
I'll just let us
they-
penetration.
Okay.
Get us into smoke so it's tired and we get penetrated.
Where?
S&D smokes.
S&D smokes on the
The shell pretty much fighting.
this is an easy, EP. Just go sit on the cap circle. Yep. Go
No,
in the
they
pond
want
with
the
that
points.
shot.
They want the points to go for the tanks to go for the points. Especially up.
They can push a tank up there. They have plenty of time.
That's what they get.
6 minutes left. None of their tanks are fast enough to solo up there, so
But
all they gotta do is push.
they don't have a get to.
It's very easy. Literally, I mean, they can do it with angle that they're looking at. They need to stop trying to find
the
shots.
master
They need to start trying to push people up there.
They need the master last.
There we go. They're getting ready. They're sending Devil up. By the looks of it.
The master.
You need to wait for it. They might need another tank. They need another tank.
They do. Let's
They
give
need
us
another
these.
tank for the push. Come on. They need another tank. Hurry, Scuba.
Haskell one was. Oh, Devil's getting clipped.
Devil's gonna get clipped there. We're good. He falls down. So we're good.
One is reloading by the foot, so for a smart move. They don't know he's reloading. So now they push Haskell up and quick full halfway. 12 pounds of wind is this, that doesn't matter, it's a tool, doesn't it? So we're back here anyway.
No, this is the end. Too.
Does it? So what happens on a tie though?
Yeah. That just no one gets points. It'll be unseries. They're pushing up the most convoluted way. I don't understand. They can't get them up there.
It's kind of funny to see.
Yeah, it is. The push, the way they were pushing double earlier were the correct way to get up there. Now 57 heads to get trapped. Yeah, what? This is gonna be hilarious. Bohemian Fawn's gonna get like 6,000 damage this game.
No, Haskell's up.
Oh.
He's not going to be able to kill Haskell. Get one more into it, then he's reloading. Haskell's up there. That's two.
Run away, Bohemian.
The high rolls. There you go.
High roll. Low roll?
That's it.
GG.
They won!
I can't imagine. I don't know what the chat's like and on your side, what they're saying, but
I'd be upset, to be honest. I mean, starting 3 men down.
I'd be
that's
very
not nice.
upset.
But rules are rules, unfortunately. Right? You know, both
Yeah,
both
I
teams
was
followed
exactly the
rules.
same way.
It's just unfortunate.
So, again, it's all on stream, so we'll see it.
Oh, there is
I don't know
actually a
if
bit
each
of
team-
there is actually a bit of call outs in the chat right now. DP are saying that they should have flashed the lobby host for a warning, and
Oh.
DP's challenging them by saying,
I mean, everything's recorded, so I remember Dig flashing. I just don't know if he gave the 20-second flash or not. But it would be on stream.
yeah, it's all
So you have
recorded,
this.
so-
Now you're streaming this to your other thing, right? You're streaming this to your mixer. I can take a look at it if you want to post the link.
Well, even though I'm the moderator,
Post the
I'm
link
not.
in our chat.
I don't think I'm able to make the call on whether a rerun should occur or not. But
No, but you can. You
yeah,
have the.
what I'm saying is it's all logged. So if they wish to challenge it,
Chilling,
they
nice.
can. Yeah, they can go through the footage and then hand it over to 19 or another admin who can review it and possibly self a rematch.
I was about to say this is gonna have to go to 19, but I think right now we have to give the 2-2.
Yeah.
It has to be the 2-2 for. I think you need to tell that to them, and then they need to send the footage to 19. 19 can give the final verdict of whether or not. I don't know if he's up right now. I believe he's probably sleeping because it'll be quite late for him. But.
Well, let's get these guys in for an interview.
I mean, can Enrage make that call? So they did a timer countdown, okay? And I don't have access to the chat, but Salt does, and supposedly they were doing the timer countdown. The timer ran out. Segmented Dig, who is running the lobby, started the game when the timer ran out. He flashed me at the end. I don't know if he flashed the 20-second timer, but DP only had 5 tanks picked, and they can see the timer, so they knew that the timer was getting close to 0, and the game was started. Again, DP only had 5 tanks picked, and it was a 5v8 with 12 fans having all their tanks picked. And what is DP saying? That they did not flash the 20-second timer?
Yes, basically.
Okay, DP saying they didn't.
The timer's there. Both teams saw the timer. The flashing is just like a last minute warning. You should be aware of what the timer says. You should be looking at it, and if anything, you should be, having your tanks pre-picked anyway, having some sort of idea. I don't believe so. No. Oh, he did flash.
No, because it always takes. He always flashed me, and he flashed me. I don't know if he flashed the 20 seconds though. I can't tell you that until I relook over the stream footage.
Exactly. I'm not. I believe it's not. There is something written regarding it. Let's have a look. Well, it's saying here. Sorry, I've got the written legals here. It's saying, room moderator will flash spectator mode 2 times signal with a 2-minute warning and 1-minute warning. The moderator will flash spectator mode 3 times signal 30-second warning. That's what I've got written down here in front of me. Welcome, Dig.
Well,
before we continue...
Well, Dig's here.
Yeah, before we continue, make sure you approve your communications in the party. So you need to...
Include my audio. It's already done.
There you go, welcome to Dig. Congratulations on the 2-2 tonight, nice comeback there. How do you feel tonight?
Can you say the last bit again?
How do you feel tonight went for you guys' team?
North side for Cliff went really well. Everything played out well. We managed with the Stritzvon climb. I went back and actually watched when y'all streamed the HN game, and Tank reminded me about the climbs on both sides. So that week we went over south side, north side climbs. So we took the Stritzvon and it worked out really well. They knew that they couldn't take the high ground and contest me and the 140 player. So we were able to basically control the top of the donut and keep them in the low ground the entire time. So it ended up working well, and we managed to just kind of squeeze them and out-trade them. So it went well. The second game, they just
I think simple overmatch on you guys. Your tanks are just too far out.
Yeah, they just had it perfectly set up for them.
I do have a question though. When you guys went to that last game on Ghost Town, when you guys tried pushing all those vehicles, up into that climb. There's like a the
There's
way that they
there's the
were
other
pushing
side,
Devil the first
yeah,
time was
the other
way
side.
easier. They could have just pushed Devil right up, and you guys would have got that. But that's that. And then I don't know, Salt. Is there any other questions you have for these guys?
You guys were off
What
to a
they're
good
doing?
start. You guys were off to a good start on the first match, and then unfortunately DP pulled some momentum back by being so aggressive. How do you guys take that? Because it must be a surprise to you.
Yeah, the middle push on steps, I haven't seen that in a long time. Like, maybe I think WCL2 was the last time I ever saw a push on that. That just completely caught us off guard. Picked off our bat chat early on, and I read it incorrectly. I thought the 200T was going to go for the A1 climb, so I rushed over there instead of watching the 1-2 line. Had I not done that and watched the 1-2 line, it probably would have been a little bit more obvious of what their plan was a little sooner, but we'll learn from that. Second game on steps was just hard fought. That was close.
You guys, I think both teams
Yeah,
did
very
good,
close.
and now it came down to the last
Yeah, it was a
wire,
good
because I know
fight.
for a fact the timer on our end was on 0, so it would have been 0.1 seconds when that 200, fired, and unfortunately your guy got lit on fire, and that brings it, down to a draw, and in the books, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ghost Town, obviously there's some discrepancies with what happened, and that'll be submitted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's, even though I wasn't watching
Later.
the TV screen at the exact time, it is all recorded, so the footage will be uploaded if there is any issues, so both teams can view it, and if a challenge needs to be taken, it can be taken. Unfortunately, I can't make a decision on the night. It has to be reviewed.
Yeah.
Yep.
But as it stands right now, it'll be 2-2, no win, for your guys'
On
points,
the-
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 2-2, no wins. That'll be, I think both wins were all tanks destroyed, though, right? So that'll be.
Yeah, all the wins were tanks destroyed.
I don't know what that equates out to points, but should be something. So.
I have one more
Well,
question.
thank you for coming out.
Oh, one more question.
One more question. Oh,
Yeah.
Is it a team requirement for a member of 12 pounds at the end of a mines game to throw their tank away? Just out of interest.
Or just any mine game
Because we don't. You did it
from
on
the same spawn.
You did it on the hill on mines, and unfortunately you went to go retreat and you fell and took a lot of damage and ended up losing your tank. And then in the first game, I think to get the game over.
Yeah, he told me he lost like 300 or 400 HP on a drop. Yeah, we just don't seem to do very well when it comes to flying.
To end game,
Tanks can do a lot
late
of
game,
things,
end game
but
mines. Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe make it a tradition every game.
it has to.
Make
be.
sure
Yeah,
someone
You
dies.
lose damage on a drop.
Exactly.
No, you have to die on a drop, dude. Gotta get
Oh,
more
yeah,
specific.
true. Oh, yeah, I thought you guys were talking about the earlier on. Yeah, at the end when he just flew off, I just told him to die just to get the game over with. I'm pretty sure they still get points for him still being
They
dead.
do.
So,
They'll
yeah,
get
I just
full
told him
tank
to.
points.
Yeah, I just told him to die because he was reloading and they were close on him. So I was like, just go in there and die so we can get to the next game and
Yeah, he's-
see who can win the next round.
I would have made him waste ammunition. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's because you're an evil git. Anyway, thanks for coming along, Dick.
Yeah.
Congratulations on tonight. Hopefully,
Yep, no problem.
let's pick up some points the next one and take it easy.
Yep, you have a good night, guys.
Yep, see you, man. I'm gonna get DP in here, too. You're
Yep.
probably gonna want to get out for the
Going
second one, too.
to Request Bohemian Fawn. Who joined the party? I didn't see who else joined the party.
Devil.
Who? Oh,
That's
Devil's
fine.
there.
If you're... I don't think that your audio's included. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
that's
just make
fine.
sure to
Let's
be
do it.
quiet. Take it easy, man.
Yep.
Welcome, Bohemian Fawn.
Hey, Bohemian, how you doing? Probably should make sure his audio is included. Your audio?
Yeah,
Just said to do.
Alright,
Yes,
sweet.
now it is.
Wow, what a series of games. I'm just gonna say that the second game on Cliff, that was a good one for me to watch. You know, you guys finally recognized the overmatch you had, you know, with their 3 tanks going up, and it was just game over
Divide and
from
conquer.
there. And then that also, the second game on Steps with your LT, that was
Yeah.
That was very
that was
close.
a game too.
That's
And
good games to
that was fun to watch too.
Yeah, for the first game of Cliff, we I made the mistake of not calling the overmatch.
Yep.
Because we had the complete overmatch over those. I think it was just 2 super conks, and then that's
Two
7-5-8,
super conks in
and they
that
did the same
corner.
thing the second game. And I didn't know where their other tanks were, but I knew too late before, and then they were just going to get there just in time. But with the then second game, I had the bats spot to see if they're going to try to do the same thing over again, so they did. So then we just went down low ground, and then we overmatched them there.
No, that was the correct play. Were you guys expecting the STRV to be in that climb
Yes.
on the first match?
Yes, I expected that. When I saw the STRV from North Spawn, I saw they were there. I was like, yes, I know where he's going to go. He's going to go to C1, right? It's that spot. It's that spot where you can go hold down and just show your gun.
Unfortunately,
we had to deal with that a lot at 7-7.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to get him up in the climb on the other side, but I do believe that there is
tell that.
one on the other side, but he wasn't able to get up before you guys made the aggressive play, which was the correct thing to do. That was a good game, and then you guys made the second aggressive play on steps, completely cutting them off guard. That was a really good play. There's like the element of surprise. Yep. And then the last game on steps being that so close, that was super fun. And unfortunately, the ghost town stuff that went on, you know, you guys were only able to get 5 tanks picked.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
And if you want to challenge that, everything's, you know, recorded, and you can, that'll be up to 19 to decide if that'll be a replay or what's going to go on with that. But as it stands, it was 2-2 for points, and maybe you guys will get another shot at that. Do I have any questions? How do you feel the LT performed? The 200 LT on steps? I haven't seen that much. I thought it performed well.
I prefer it because it's just so much faster, and it's such a small profile, then you have so much camera rating with it. You can just kind of go anywhere you want, and they probably won't spot you. But with that bad chat where he was placed when we were north spawn, and they were south, I cannot spot him there because he's behind the bush, and he's just in the perfect spot where I cannot spot him there. So we had to push him a little too far. Now we were going to push that. So yeah. But the second game was pretty good because right at the last second I was able to tie it up. To win that 5A.
That was on 0 seconds for us, and it's probably on 0 seconds for you too.
Yeah,
so that was
the last thing. Yeah, last shot of the game.
You were in the milliseconds there, whether or not.
It's just fortunate about
It was
Ghost
a
Town.
pretty nice shot.
I was looking forward to Ghost Town so much, and it's just fortunate you guys couldn't go.
Yeah, we were too.
Like, the hill was quite funny with the back chat, I will say. That was quite entertaining to watch. They tried to get all their tanks to push the big 7 up, shooting on the side.
Yeah, I don't think they know how to climb that, so I'm gonna keep this.
No, they originally had the.
They're the perfect spot.
Their tanks
well, no, how you supposed to do it?
they,
do it from the
yeah,
angle.
they originally had the. They were gonna push someone up a lot easier than what they did, but no one would help them push because they were pushing an E4 up at the base, and it only taken like 3 tanks because they didn't have a fast enough tank to get up there to challenge you, obviously. They didn't take any back chats, but they were originally pushing someone up, and then for some reason they were just all called off. They pushed all 7 people up the hill, and it could have been an easier, you know, way up. But I mean, hey,
I think they called that off because I tracked the E4 that was trying to get up.
Yeah. I mean, you could have, you know, I thought you were going to farm there. I thought you had enough to kill the T-57 Heaven. You could have killed them one by one. That would have been funny.
Yeah. I think the shot from the 57, the first one, just went a little too weird of an angle, so it didn't pen. If it would have penned, I would have easily killed that 57 Heavy.
Yep. Unfortunately. Well, you have any questions, Saul?
No, that's it. I mean, I wish we could have seen another, you know, good drawn-out game, but it's just unfortunately get their tanks picked and 12 Panzer took advantage of it. So I think all in all, you guys took a beat on the first round, and then you just came in and showed them what it was all about. You showed them ability and focus fire, and you just brought it to them, and I thought that was impressive.
Yeah.
So very good games tonight, fellas.
We were just a little disorganized first.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the Stretsman caught you off guard, and you tried to react, and you couldn't. But after that, it was going DP's way for a while. You could see it. You guys were fierce.
Yeah.
It was good to watch. But anyway, we'll leave you to it. Thanks for coming along, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Take it easy, and good luck to DP.
Yep, you too.
See you, man.
So that rounds off tonight's evening. GTL 12 Panzer versus DP. Unfortunately, it ended with a 2-2 draw, so see how that goes to the moderators for that and the admin, see what they say. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been GBR, and with me has been the Tank Killer. We'll see you again soon.
See you guys.